And Joe and Frankie, I see you guys together all the time on social media. Are you guys just like best friends? What's your relationship like?
The best of friends. We haven't been like really secretive about it, but we are dating in real life.
They're the cutest. I'm so jealous of Joe and Frankie. I'm on full support.
And speaking of Seb, played by Joe, you know, you guys have a very tight-knit relationship. You know, you guys, I think you quarantine together and, you know, you hang out a lot on set. Do you think having that big bond together has helped to kind of create a very accurate relationship on TV? Because I'm just speaking for episode 2, you have this little interaction where Seb has a little bit of an airhead moment and you're like, oh, sweetheart, was that kind of improv or was that written in? And how do you think it influences your performance?
Yeah, well, a lot of speculation online, but me and Joe actually do date in real life.
Here, I was tiptoeing around it. I'm just glad that we talked about it. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So we've never shied away from the fact that we have been dating, but you know, we also have not been like, we're dating. But yes, we do date in real life. We did quarantine together, and that alone was its own experience. But no, to get to go to work and act with someone you care so much about and just know that they're always going to have your back, even in that scene, it leaves a lot more room to like play around with the characters and the scenes, because there's just like there's just more chemistry other than what you're seeing on screen. So that's always fun.
It's not a secret that you guys are dating off screen as well as on. Can you share a little bit about how your romance blossomed off screen while it was forming on screen as well?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think on the first day I worked with Joe, they put him on the piano and he was playing the piano and he was like playing some musical theater stuff when the cameras weren't rolling. And I was like, oh, that's it. Like, I'm done. I'm in trouble. Like, and I just like knew I was going to have a crush on him. I was like, this can't happen. But no, I mean, he's so sweet and nice. It kind of just, you know, started off as friends and then, you know, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little scared of Frankie at first, to be honest, just because he's so confident and funny, and he like, if he's in the room, like everyone's just laughing and having a good time. So I was just like sort of intimidated at first, but then, you know, we got to know each other, like he said, and it was like, oh, okay, I think we have a good relationship here.
First, I have to ask you a question because I'm nosy. So I love that Carlos and Seb are a couple on the show, but I understand that you guys are actually dating in real life. Is that true?
What?
Yes, we are.
So cute. I absolutely love it. Do you like working every day with your mate, or is it like, let's not get in a fight because we got to work together?
No, we have such a good time, and I think, you know, I think we actually like when we're at work, we kind of like do our own thing, and I feel like when we come home at the end of the day, we always have like different stories to tell each other of what happened in the day. So, it's fun. Really fun to share the experience.
So what if they then on the show they have your characters get into a fight and it gets a little too real?
Yeah, right.
just fighting.
Yeah. I love it.
Hasn't happened.
So on the show that we're going to watch, you guys have a relationship on show and in real life. How's that?
I mean, it is kind of fun to like almost like it does kind of feel like home videos, even though that is not us, but when you watch it, you can remember like certain stories about like things that happened when the cameras went down, or like, oh my gosh, remember when we did this during that take? So it's super fun.
Yeah, it's a blast.
So I have to ask, you guys quarantine together, you work together. Any words of wisdom? Any words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. I mean, I don't know. Like Joe is like the nicest person on the planet. So it would be me that was that. You might want to ask him how he deals with me. But no, just find someone that you can like really laugh a lot with, and that you can just like sit and veg out and like watch TV and just be unapologetically you with. I think, I don't know.
Frankie told us like, oh yeah, we're dating in real life. So I want to know, how is it like to work with your boyfriend and also be boyfriends on TV? Like, I asked him, like, do you have any words of wisdom? But he said, I'm the annoying one. You'll have to ask Joe.
That's funny. It's wild. I would have like never imagined that this is where I was gonna be if you asked me like 2 or 3 years ago. I guess 2 years ago we were filming. I don't know. Anyway, 2 or 3 years ago, I would have never known. Yeah. It's wild. We were watching the show, the new episodes, and I was like, oh, it's actually kind of weird seeing Seb and Carlos, because I don't think that's us. Like that's Seb and Carlos versus like Frankie and Joe. And I mean, like they are different. They're characters of us, you know? So that's actually really interesting, but I think we like keep it pretty separate. And yeah, I mean, he's the freaking best. I guess my words of wisdom would be, communication is key.
Okay.
Just being open and honest about everything, and, always laughing and keeping things light and a good time.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's great. I feel like I want to know now, when you said like you're different than your characters, I felt like Carlos and Frankie kind of have a lot of similarities, and you're kind of like, you seem very sweet. Obviously, we just met, but you seem very sweet, just like your character. How different do you think you are from your characters?
I don't know if it's that like we are that different from our characters, but I guess our relationship is different than Carlos and Seb's relationship. Like, they're in high school, so they're just younger.
Yeah.
I think we're just older and like a little more mature than them in a way. Like they're kind of like nerdy.
A little bit.
Like Frankie and I are like,
cool.
Yeah,
I feel like you guys would be like the cool uncles for sure. For sure.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Frankie and Joe. You two are amazing, and I love you two together. Much success to both of you.
Thank you. Mwah. Oh my gosh.
They're so sweet. I love them.
They're all synced up and everything.
So what is it like working with Joe, your real life partner, on the show? I know you guys met on the show, and it was like just love at first sight, sparkles in the eye, the whole story. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, he's just literally the nicest person ever, and he's always so much fun to be around. But it is kind of cool because we do, we kind of do our own thing at work. And so when we get home, it's nice that we just have like 2 different like versions of the day. But we know exactly who we're talking about. And, it's that part of it is fun.
Your character, Joe, sings The Climb to Carlos. Would you say that's your favorite song you sing this season? And when recording it, did you get to sing it to Frankie? Like, was Frankie in the studio with you?
Can you imagine? I'm just like
redo that. Just kidding.
I'm like, no, that wasn't it. Higher.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of my favorite things I got to do this season for sure. And no, I actually wanted it to be more of a surprise for Frankie. So I like tried to practice it whenever he wasn't around. And then no, he was not in the studio. I was just there alone. But yeah, doing it actually on camera he was there, so that was cool.
And Frankie, Carlos and Seb, best of friends. Tell us about working together. Tell us about your relationship, because it seems like your friendship really comes through.
Thanks. Well, me and Joe do date in real life, so
I didn't want to get personal, so you bring that up, not me.
Yeah, no, it's all right. But no, I love working with him. I think one of the cool things about working together is that we get 2 very different perspectives of a job that we both really love. So when we get home, we have like all these stories. Even though we were in the same space, we just have different stories and things that we remember. So it's nice to have a second brain to be like, hey, remember when we did this? And I was like, oh yeah. So it's awesome.
It must bring a whole new meaning to running lines then, huh?
And that is helpful, I will say. It is very helpful.